Hi, I'm Harry, and I'm an applauseaholic. Wow, I just told you I have a pathological relationship with the thing you just gave me. Shame on you. Thank you for your support, though. I guess I've been in recovery for the better part of a year now. This is my first time on stage in 10 months and 13 days. Apparently everyone except you all got the memo, but the world's in timeout right now. So I've been relegated to the house, unneglecting all the things in life that gradually become neglected from playing hundreds and hundreds of shows over the last 10 years. Tidy up the basement, fix the leaky faucet, introduce yourself to your children. You go outside, you look at the roof, you go, wow, that's disgusting and on the brink of caving in. I should clean that sometime. Not today, though. You go back inside, maybe pop an Orangina. Point being, in the process of this year-long spring cleaning, I discovered my old journals. So I took a long day. I got nowhere to be. I popped one open, and what I found hit me square in the teeth so hard. It felt so profoundly universal to the human experience that I wanted to put this to you, all right? It goes, Dear Journal, I've been thinking of waxing my unibrow. Maybe then the ladies will... Hang on, that's the wrong page. It's this one. Embarrassing. Dear Journal, tonight I played Madison Square Garden. It looked exactly like I'd always dreamed it would. The ocean of people from the front to the rafters, the sweat all over the drums and the bloody hands and the flame columns. I did it. I got exactly what I wanted. So should I feel relieved right now? Because if anything, I'm feeling a little empty, a little nervous about what's expected of me next. Send help. P.S. Clean the roof. You disgust me. All right, so that journal entry is 3 years old. I forgot I'd written it, but reading it put me in this trance, like this, if we don't observe our past, we're doomed to repeat it kind of trance. So I went down the rabbit hole on these journals, trying to trace how it all got to this point. And I want to show you what I found, because I wonder if you will recognize some version of yourself in what I crawled out with when I got to the other side. Can you dig it? Sweet. You're sweet. Okay, I'll do it. 1999. Dear Journal, it's Halloween and I'm grounded. This is the third year in a row I can see my friends out the window right there, dressed up, getting candy because they didn't fail the English midterm. I wonder what it's like to not be dumb. Oof. That's what it said, and I cringe at it for two reasons. One, no wonder you failed the English midterm. There's a run-on sentence right in the middle of your diary there, dude. But two, if the worst thing that ever happened to you is you didn't get to go trick-or-treating, well then you didn't have real problems in childhood, and I gotta own up to that. But my point is that even from age 11, I could see that life is a contest. I grew up in this house built on accomplishment. Like from the second we know our own names, we're developing our sense of self in this economy that stamps a number on each of our brains and then posts that number on these leaderboards in the front foyer of the school where by definition, half of us are bringing up the rear. I could still see it. It was like one of those felt letterboards. Maybe you had one too. It's like Livingston 4.0, Strauss 4.0, Hutchings 3.95, what a loser, he should have studied more. Miree 3.9, full disclosure, that's not me. I had a smarter older brother. But Miree 2.1, sweet. They technically can't make me do sixth grade a third time. Hit it. Sweet. No, that's a sincere fact. I passed sixth grade the second time with incredible adequacy. So, got it. I'm fresh out of the womb. Life is this competition I'm no good at, but maybe you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you feel the same way. Like, you achieve, you get candy and happiness. You don't achieve, you sit your ass at home and watch the world pass you by through the window. But listen, I'm not just going to whine about it without offering a solution. I got invited here because I found my way out of this pickle, and they asked me to share my answer with you. And I knew this was an auspicious opportunity, so I vowed to approach it with that same academic vigor I channeled that second time through sixth grade. So yesterday I woke at 3 p.m. and began. I dusted off the old journals, and here's my journey out, all right? 2001. Dear Journal, I turned 13 today. We went and got a drum set. I figured out a beat. I can't stop playing it. 2002. Dear Journal, sorry I haven't written in a while. I can't remember what I did with all my time before the drums. If book reports were as easy as playing drum beats, I'd be king of the world right now. 2003, Dear Journal, I am happy. All that exists in the world are my hands and the drums underneath them. And stroke for stroke, they give back to me what I give to them. 2004, Dear Journal, school is poison. It's a sport. They're pitting us against each other. They sent this letter home saying, I'm 4 weeks behind on homework. I don't care anymore. My teachers don't like me, I don't like them. You know what? The second I'm old enough, me and my drums are just going to move into a cardboard box away from all this crap. 2005, Dear Journal, Saturday night we played Haley's house party. Strangers are high-fiving me in the hallways. Am I winning at life? 2006, Dear Journal, I made the grave mistake of shaving my unibrow, and now it's growing back with a vengeance. Wrong page again. That's embarrassing. Edit that part out. All right, 4 years later, this is 2009. Dear Journal, tomorrow's my audition for the Smashing Pumpkins. I will obliterate my opposition. With every backbeat, I'll hammer another nail in the coffin of my drumming competitors. 8 years later, it's 2017 now. Dear Journal, the single is less than 100 spins from going number one. I will never want for anything ever again once this thing hits the top of the charts. I'll be a guy who did it, and the scoreboarders who raised me can kiss on that. All right, so a week later, that song goes number one. A month later, they send me the record made out of gold. And by 2 months later, we're back to where we began. I write, Dear Journal, tonight I played Madison Square Garden. Why do I feel empty inside? P.S. Clean your roof. And ding, the cycle is complete. I discovered drumming as this escape canoe from the rat race life of justifying my existence through accomplishment. And then I turned that escape canoe into, yes, yet another prison of justifying my existence through accomplishment. Perfectly said. Give this lady a hand. That was eloquent. I got to admit that for years, I didn't notice myself abusing the drums this way, because at the intersection of art and commerce, we're kind of all doing it. And what's worse is the people who look up to me are doing it because they see me doing it. I went on this drum clinic tour last fall, and in Q&A, I could set my watch to this question. Every night, kids who are the future of this instrument would ask me some variation of, dude, should I quit the drums? I feel like it's not going well because my peers have more Instagram followers than I do. Like, imagine the future of so many different cool creative disciplines asking this question. Am I worthwhile at skateboarding because I don't have loads of YouTube subscribers? Well, why did you start skating? Is it for the applause or is the reward something else? If it's an attempt to emulate successful people, well, how far-fetched is it starting to sound now when Tom Brady, the NFL's all-time winningest quarterback, says, why do I have 3 Super Bowl rings and still feel like there's something out there for me? What else is there? Serena Williams goes, I can't become satisfied or else I'll relax, and that's how they'll beat me. Taylor Swift, I give myself 5 seconds a day to feel like, yes, this is happening. Then I spend the rest of the day trying to figure out how to make it last. Conan O'Brien, if applause were a vape pen blown in my face, the self-esteem I get from it wears off about as quickly as its bubblegum scent dissipates into the air. Jim Carrey, I wish everyone could become rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of so they could see it's not the answer. People in the comments of this video, hey, the dude giving this talk kind of looks like Jim Carrey. My mom leaving the house, son, clean the roof, that's disgusting. There's an Amazon jungle growing out from under the shingles. That is disgusting, I'm busy though. The rat maze we live in constantly signals for us to stock our happiness in the results, the external rewards we're given for what we do, that number stamped to each of our foreheads. Pick your poison. It's your position on the leaderboard in the front of the school. It's your spot on the billboard charts. It's the dollar bills you stacked up. It's your friend count on Tic Tac. That's your worth if that's what you decide. But just like all things that are ultimately out of our control, that stuff comes and goes with the tide, the temperature, the flavor of the day. Do you dig what I'm saying? Like, it's going to rain. Your song's going to get outspun. Uncle Pennybags is going to out-earn you. Some genius is going to whoop you in calculus. And I don't know where to tell you to turn when she does if that's the sole source of your worth. It's a volatile recipe, a fidgety target. Let my wacky journalings of fame addiction be proof of it, all right? So, a problem well put is half solved. What now? I'll leave you on one last journal. Dear Journal, I haven't been on stage in so long, I'm starting to feel purposeless. See, this never-ending drive to achieve is making my hands fidget. I got to do something, anything. So today I finally cleaned my damn roof. It was actually peaceful and gratifying. See, all that exists in the world are my hands and the rake underneath them, and stroke for stroke, it gives back to me what I give to it. Sounds familiar. I thought about my old drums. those sweet vessels that saved me from life as a contest. Maybe I feel so empty now because I turned them into a contest too. What if artistic satisfaction comes from process, not results? Like, what happened to making things for the sake of making them? I don't just mean albums, not just vlogs. I mean that birthday greeting you make for your friend. I mean that extra 5 minutes you spend crumpling your dinner napkin so it looks like a gnarly Pokemon. What if we all just decided to reclaim our joy by finding it in the act of the craft itself, as opposed to the applause, the smooches, the number ones, the follows, the likes, the updos, the aw yeahs, the GPA, the dollar bills it brings us? What if we, just make things we like? Because the world doesn't need any more, look, I can do this too. Now do I matter? It needs more, here's a thing I loved making. Worst case scenario, nobody sees it, but you did a thing you like. This roof cleaning thing is the most gratifying work I've done in years. And no one will ever even know that I did it, unless I can somehow use it to extort applause from the internet. Peace. Thank you. You're sweet.